triage the pay. Oh, Matt, look at I'm photobombing Joe in his selfie with the incredible run this year for the stock market. Now, the worst first half in 52 years. Congratulations, Uncle Joe. Now, we got a couple of breaking news items. I just wanted to do my due diligence and say congratulations, but we got breaking news.
Breaking hard news.
First of all, breaking. This is breaking. Breaking is. I have actually had it as breaking news. You shared this. Elmo unexpectedly dies, proving once and for all that jabs aren't for everybody, especially if you're a Muppet. Unreal. And then the other breaking item here, Matt, was this. And of course, the graphics in the wrong spot for it to be breaking. That's also broke. Sources, and I saw this from Dave Ross, who I follow on Twitter. He shared this, but the source says USC and UCLA are planning to leave for the Big Ten as early as 2020. Matt, it's already the Big 12, right? How many in the Big Ten now?
No, it's like 16 or 18 already.
Come on.
So, yeah, because we added Rutgers and Maryland. Yeah.
The move has not been finalized.
We discarded Notre Dame because we don't want them in the Big Ten. They can be the only independent left. Good luck, Notre Dame.
A true Michigan man hating on Notre Dame at any opportunity.
And I welcome USC and UCLA because it sucks the last 20 years having the Pac-12 just blows. I mean, it's not even worth. They still win the most. They win the most national championships of any division because of those two teams. So I welcome USC and UCLA into the Big Ten. And we have now we have from New York to LA.
Yeah, it's
Big Ten.
Definitely coast to coast Big Ten.
Awesome.
And I think there's a hole in the middle though, right? I mean, who do you got?
Well, again, we don't want Notre Dame's going to be. Notre Dame can find a home, maybe.
Stop with the Notre Dame. Stop with the Notre Dame.
They can go to what? They can go to the WAC or
Western Michigan powerhouse in the WAC. Oh no, that's the WAC. Western. I'm thinking.
No, that's the MAC.
MAC.
No, they should join BYU. All the other religious outcasts, Notre Dame and BYU. Or exactly, Lee. They can go to the CFL, play with the Argonauts. Perfect for them, because now Notre Dame's a bunch of lib, you know what, too.
Hey, Matt. Speaking of liberal news applications, and I still have not forgiven Fox. Anyway, but Fox Business, man, how about this? Fox Business Network overtakes CNBC as leader in business narratives.
They used to be, I think, in the 90s too, and then then everybody switched over from Fox, like Bill Griffith. They were all on Fox, and then they all left for the money. It was like a live play. It was like a live
golf shotgun start 130 out at Pumpkin Ridge.
Well, my point is they piked all the talent from Fox, CNBC, paid them a ton of money, and then they had they paid for the content that ruled. And then Kramer came, and then I think Kramer has killed CNBC because every call he makes is the opposite. Kramer and
although you need that guy. You need that guy in the trading room, right?
You need that.
In fact, we used to say that a great trading methodology would be get a guy, and you're just fading him, but you're not letting him know that you're fading him, and then you supply him with all the degenerate things that come with a trader in a trading floor, especially as he spirals. I think that's a good movie, actually. Just to kind of like like Trading Places.
Here's let me just wrap this up. And this is Tim Knight, Slip of Hope, just sent this out 3 seconds ago. Kramer equals infallibly wrong. Kramer tweets, "I may be the only person besides Jay Powell who believes we are not going to have a recession. At least I hope Jay thinks that way." And that was June 3rd. Unusual whales just in today. Atlanta Fed GDP now falls 1% from plus 0.3%. That was this morning. So just saying.
Thank you, James. All right, Matt. Let's look at Fox and NBC. Let's look at the chart. Let's go to price discovery.
Who
gotta
owns
be.
who owns NBC now?
I don't know. Who knows? Lee, get on that. Who owns
Well, it
NBC?
used to be General Electric, but I don't think they own them anymore.
CNBC, parent company.
No, but who owns NBC? I don't know.
That's what I mean. Well, CNBC is part of NBC, so
I know.
it's the parent company that is going to own them
GE
both.
used to, and I don't know.
Comcast.
Okay, there you go.
Comcast. And he would know, being an East Coaster, your
Yeah,
only
no,
choice
I
is
don't, I don't-
Comcast.
Yeah, let's look at Fox first. This just started trading back in 19 pre-COVID. Again, it's sine wavy, not a lot of excitement here, but they do sell a lot of advertising. Get down to the lower end here. Maybe it's a buy down at 25. Very short-term chart though. So
Right, and that was from the spinoff from Disney's purchase of 20th Century Fox.
Right. So the low, COVID low is 19. So maybe you want to wait for the COVID low. It's another $11.
Beautiful.
Why wouldn't why wouldn't we see advertising demand destruction also? Why wouldn't we? And
Is
what is
Comcast, is that publicly traded, Comcast?
Yeah, I just don't know. What is it? CSA or something like that.
There it is. You had it up there. I thought it was up there. Comcast Corp. This is how we do it on the fly.
So Comcast, this is again a daily chart, been trending down pretty much since last September, 61 all the way down here to 38. COVID low, we're getting close. This one's getting, again, if
I like the way that COVID low on the bottom of that profile line up.
Yeah, they line up nicely. And again, this has been trading for a long time. Very, broad business model. It's not gonna go to zero yet, but in the future, this is good. I still contend. I mean, all these terrestrial radio, TV, whether it's cable or satellite, they're going away, aren't they? I mean, I don't know, or
well, one would think that,
or they just get rolled over into the meta world. I don't know.
Well, speaking of meta world, Matt, great segue. Let me share another little tidbit from my Twitter feed. Definitely feeding me at Twitter. And that was this from Robbie Ferguson. Apparently he's hiring. Robbie Ferguson. He's a blue checker hiring. Gaming is bigger than music, movies, and TV combined. It's compounding at 10% year over year, 100 billion a year spent renting items is going to turn into $1 trillion ownable economy. All of it will be built on Web 3.0. But Matt, I couldn't believe that first sentence: music, movies, and TV combined.
Yeah,
it's staggering. So let's talk some gaming. We know this this younger generation. It could be like it's going to be today, a beautiful day, sunny.
Yeah, but they'd still
outdoor availability.
They'd still rather play a few rips of Fortnite.
I mean, don't you just have to move to the rainiest place on earth if you're going to be a gamer and actually look in the mirror? I don't know.
It's big, but Bob, why is it any different than watching sports? I mean, it's the same thing. Like you're more active, at least you're doing something. You're
like going to outside to a sporting event, actually going to it.
Well, yeah, no. But I'm saying that, or people watching sports, right? It's like I understand.
Like sedentary. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
The TV was our generation's
video games, but the video games are interactive now. So again, if we could be more interactive with our sports betting, like if they could have a bet on every pitch and every golf shot that we keep contending, we're coming that way, right? We're going there for sure.
Well, especially if you have a gentleman like myself that is pretty good at offering up a prop bet,
right
in real time.
We're trading 123 here on EA Sports. It's in the game. 152.38 was the high, all-time high, and that was reached in June of 18. I don't know. This chart is bullish, but it's with those numbers, why wouldn't it continue to go higher? I guess, Bob.
And if you want to be patient, I mean, there are some that high end of that profile. Seems like it should be sniffed out, especially
what's interesting. Like here's what this tells me. This stock has never really been that overvalued, right? It's really never been that overvalued. So that is interesting to me. Here, whoops, I didn't mean to do that again. Let me just bring that up. Got down to 109, and it tested the COVID low just recently. So, and then they had earnings, and from there, the earnings took it back up here to the top of the zone. So this is interesting. Really, as long as 109 holds, that obviously is tested twice. Next time through, you might have to wait for 84 to 92. But this is 40 points wide. So 40 points below here takes you down to $70, which is somewhere down here, Bob. So it's possible, if it broke there, it could go all the way down there, but there's a lot of support also down to 70. So even if it broke down, even if it broke this top bracket to the downside, I think, you're not involved. That would be a heck of a chance to buy it at a huge discount. That would be half off if it got down to the 70s, obviously.
Right on. All right, Activision Blizzard.
Activision,
ATVI.
And these guys were I thought they were getting taken out. I thought I thought Microsoft was buying them, or somebody was buying them. I don't follow these gaming stocks. I don't trade them that much. I should. They're good movers. But this had just a gap up. This might have been the takeout. I don't remember, Bob. I thought something happened here. And again, I'm not trying to be ignorant. I just don't know. And you're putting me on the spot.
You're not trying to be. Okay.
No, but it's not.
I get it. Listen, in a
I'm just looking at a chart blindly. And I
agree. It's almost an infinite world of trading possibilities.
But there's a lot of reasons why Microsoft would buy, or somebody else would buy. NVIDIA, all these companies are involved in all this stuff. But this looks also, it's off, $78 down from 105. But again, a very bullish chart on a daily chart. This is going back multiple years. Is what that chart told me. And the stock prices are confirming what that is telling us. Hockey stick growth. It's still coming.
Still coming. And you got to think that it's somewhat recession proof as people opt to sit on their couch versus taking in a concert with an $18 beer.
Now, Sony, which actually has a gaming programming presence here in Bend, they have an office with about 150 employees. I don't know if you know that.
I did know that. Yeah.
And so, even Sony has some of the, best designers and game programmers living here. And, that has taken a haircut. But again, if I could pick that up down at 50, which is the COVID low, 51, that would be interesting based on what you just told me on the numbers. The fundamentals are going like this. So these are stocks I would watch to get, half off sales. I would buy them because they're going to bounce back, right? And they do. They're volatile. That again, 134 down to here. That's a huge sell-off. But we're just getting into value. I would like to buy it. The trend is down right now.
Right on.
The trend is down. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to buy it because it's $50 off yet.
But it's insanely cheap. Matt.
But it's liquid. It trades.
ESPO, I believe, is an esports ETF.
Yeah, it doesn't trade. We're not going to look at that.
All right, that's right. All right, and then the one that keeps popping up into our minds, Matt, is Meta, because they are fully committed to this. Although it's not gaming, it's gamifying reality for sure.
It's virtual reality, right? And we haven't talked about Meta in a while, and it continues to make new lows.
Bring it up. There we go.
The latest low it made was right here around 150.
Oh man, and that is troublesome.
Yeah, and again, you're just getting into the hole here. To me, get it down to 100 or down to possibly $80. And don't forget, 138. We're almost there. That was the COVID low. So everything's got to at least test COVID lows, and then we see if it's real or not. But I mean, again, Bob, this has been smashed. And why wouldn't it go a little lower still? It's just getting into value on the daily. Again, these blow-off moves that we had because of COVID the last year and a half they have to fix themselves. Basically, this move, this year and a half that we went straight up is like having a gap up that was fake. And it just happened to last for a year and a half because there was so much money sloshing into the system. And it was chasing everything, every single asset class, from non-fungible tokens to Bit Harry Pits and
Bit Fury.
Bit Fury, Dogecoin, doggy, blah, blah, blah. I mean, what is wrong with people buying all these pet rocks?
It's the desire to get rich quick and then give it away and then sit in your basement and play a game. Anyway, Matt, that into that value range, I would be very patient on.
There's no hurry there.
There is no hurry, and
And again, I am the anti-creamer. I think we could have a recession, and I don't think they're going to negotiate any type of landing. I think it's going to get harder and harder.
All right, Matt, I saw this. Biden says higher gas prices to last as long as it takes for Ukraine victory. I love how the internet delivers. Reminiscence of an American capitalist immediately responded to that one with a little gif of Andy Dufresne, free at last from the Shawshank prison. It's incredible to me. It seems like a simulation. The whole Ukraine thing to me, like standing back and looking at it. I just saw yesterday Richard Branson, in Ukraine, meeting with Zelensky. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna?
Oh no, they're all there. I mean, I saw Ben Stiller was there last week.
Right.
Like, what?
And it seems to me, if this is the truth, gas prices are never coming down because Ukraine is not going to win this. They're not going to win this. There's no way they claw back the two.
They lost it before they started.
There's going to be a negotiated settlement sooner or later, and
the West, including our esteemed resident Zoo, do not want peace. They do not want peace.
I just thought about this today, though.
No, just get it out of your head.
Wait a second, though. Like, if the whole objective was, let's just play devil's advocate. If NATO expansion was the whole objective, because let's face it, that means literally trillions of dollars worth of more arms to be sold to Sweden, Norway, and Finland. Although Zoo called it Switzerland, and everybody in Switzerland jumped out of a balcony when they heard it. But anyway, I mean, it seems like that objective has been met. Like, you get to sell a shit ton more. You get to sell a shit ton more armaments, and okay, let's wrap this thing up. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised after that that this actually does wrap itself up now in a negotiated settlement. I don't know. And the other thing that I saw that I immediately was like, all right, I think maybe the highs in gas are in. Was another sensationalist tweet about our petroleum reserve, only 50 days left of it, and we're not going to have any gas to fill our defense vehicles, yada, yada, yada. It's like, all right, I see that, and I'm like, it's all right. It's got to be close to being over then.
Yeah, that's a good point. And you know what, with that in mind, let's take a look at ConocoPhillips, because it's a good one to to your point. This just spiked all the way up here on June 10th. So beginning of this month, 3 weeks ago, was 124. Today it's down at 90, Bob. I mean, that's destruction. That's destruction. And it's down another $1.45. But COVID low was 21. So 6X back here, 4 or 5X, still value zone on the daily, way down to 67. So let it come down a little bit, I don't see, I mean, if the demand destruction is that bad to bring oil, again, when we're back to $2 oil, the bottom's in.
Right on.
And actually, I'm going to point out this because I had a lower price alert on RBOB today, and let me just bring it up, which is gasoline futures for those not paying attention at home. And this broke hard today, so people should pay attention to this. And it felt like it was getting to that, to your point. I would agree with you. Matter of fact, I wanted to be short this at about 420, and I never did. I never got short, and I still think it's not too late. I think rallies now, this looks fully rolling over on the gasoline futures. And I'm not saying we're going back to 2 real quick, but we could. I mean, in this market, nothing surprises me. Like, we go straight. How about this morning? I'm gonna jump around here, but we went straight down this morning, and we had been trading down yesterday, big, and then right at 7 o'clock, all the buy programs came in, boom, again, all the way back up, and we're still red for the day, but not by much anymore. Anyway, so our Bob 434, that Bob all the way down here to 340, down $1. I mean, that's 25% gone. And that's in 3 weeks. You got a 25% haircut. Now, to me, looks like it's probably going to drift down here to $3 next. Maybe we'll start seeing some reductions at the gas pump, maybe by October.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to take a while because
it takes a while.
They already bought expensive gas.
Correct.
You don't get that benefit immediately at the pump. No chance.
And then, then what I was talking about, I mean, look at this. We had a whoosh half hour, just a half hour, right? Down to 37.41, and then skyrocket moonshot up straight $80, 80 points on the SPOOs. And, same thing. We've gone up, we went down 350 on the NASDAQ and up 350. So again, this is a two-way market. You better be willing to trade, because I did not catch that short, and I started buying at 7 o'clock like I always do. I'm like, okay, this thing's down big yesterday, down now 1,100. It was basically down 1,000 points from Monday's highs. Huge move. These aren't small moves. And when you looked at the chart, it was really pretty. I mean, we're coming to the bottom of value on both these. I mean, let me look at both of these just to show you this. I mean, this is where multiple time frames matter. But look at what we, yeah. But we're right into the meat of the profile, right? And now, after coming down to that low end, we bounced. And now, are they going to have enough to keep going again, or are we going to roll back over? These are the questions as a trader you need to be asking yourself, whether it's the SPOOs or the NASDAQ. The SPOOs got really close to its low on the move here, which is 36.94. So it basically just double bottom there. So maybe now we can have, I don't know. Again, everybody is predicting everybody is long right now, and that's why we get these whooshes down to take them out.
Right on.
Until there's no longs left, then the market will go up.
Or the age-old adage we used to always say, two things, Matt. The market always goes to the paper. Now let me expand. Let me explain that. So there's orders on the trading floor, orders in the deck. That was called the paper. And you could actually walk at the end of the day. They break the deck down. Like day orders would just get tossed, and good till cancel orders would stay in the deck physically. And there'd be upside. You'd walk past the Canadian dollar, and Marlene would be sitting there breaking down the deck, and the downside deck would be, a stack this high, right? And the upside deck would be a stack this high, like 3 times the number of orders in the upside deck. And it was a pretty simple metric, just to say to yourself, the market's going to go to where the orders are.
Right.
And those are, a lot of times heavily laden with buy stops above the market. When the market gets heavy one way or the other, the market goes and trades the order. Another way to look at that is the market's job is to deliver the most pain to the most amount of people.
I've always said that the market's job is to deliver pain to the most participants. It's always been the way it is. And that's why I believe that there is a method to fading the masses. I mean, I think the masses are.
And let's just face it. And that is why especially as we went electronic, buying order flow meant being able to buy the book.
Yeah. Huge.
And a huge advantage in that situation.
But let me just come back to today, though. Another reason why there's no fear or loathing in this market. Thanks. But I mean, look at this. Look at these V moves. I mean, this is a 1 minute chart I've honed in. But again, if you are a profile trader and we just showed you what we showed you in the longer term, that 350 area was a great area. You wanted to buy that.
And even if you were patient and waited to see how it reacted around that,
so this is it. Like the V trade is one of the best trades in the world, and it comes often once or twice a week, right? You need a powerful move down, and then you just need it to spend some time, which it did, got above, and then even if you bought it on the pullback into here at 400, Bob, you're 60 points above the bottom, and then you know where your bottom is. Then your bottom's at 50, right?
Right on.
You're out 10 points below that, or whatever your number is. And you buy it here, and you buy it here, you buy it every way on the way up, and then you puke it basically near the day's high. And that's what happened. I mean, it's just mechanical. It becomes, and at the end of the day, where are we? We're down. We're red for the day. But the money today, there was one quick 30-minute drop, and then the last 4 hours have been the ladder. Ladder.
not the I'll see you later.
Right.
All right, Matt. Live today. We got the Tour de France starting, I believe, today. Wimbledon is in full swing, no pun intended.
Arena, fully goodbye.
We got the John Deere Classic.
Nobody's watching that.
Nobody's watching. And
nobody's watching the Live because it's not on TV.
Exactly. All right, here's my over-under.
We should be doing the prop bets in the booth for the Live, by the way.
Tour starts tomorrow. Thank you, Lee. Thank
July
you.
1, always Lee, July 1.
And my question to you, Matt, is over-under of number of riders that have to withdraw because of heart condition.
That's really,
There's a prop bet right there.
Really, it's not even funny.
It's not funny, but
yeah.
It's something that you could wager on. I'll make the mark.
Well, the thing is, great athletes,
they're incredible.
Seriously, some of the best endurance athletes. And a friend of mine owned a pro cycling team for about 8 years, 2004, 5 through 12. And it was really fun. Toyota United, they were sponsored. It was basically everybody but the tour guys. They were basically the free agents, the best free agents in the world on that Toyota team. They were probably making more with Toyota on that, that US team than the actual tour guys. But that's why they did it. It was like free agent. It was like this whole Live thing that went on for a while, but it fizzled out like everything. But I never got bike racing's it's just not a TV sport. It's hard to cover. You gotta have helicopters. The production quality is rough. It's really hard to keep up with, you can't even fly to keep up with those riders. So like seriously, maybe drones. I mean, they should be using drones.
I bet you they are. I bet you there's going to be a lot of drone action going on.
But the problem with that is if you have a crash, a drone crash or runs into a biker, woof, it's nasty stuff down some of those downhill slants. Can you zoom in a little bit on Lance, please? I want to see him down there. I want to see him going 65 miles an hour.
All right, that's all we got. We got is it a short day tomorrow? I believe it is. Is it a shortened trading day?
No, we're just closed
regular
Monday.
Trading day and closed Monday.
Yeah, I mean,
4th of July. Please. I wanted to share it, and I cannot find the email, man. I struggle with weight, as you know, but I've also been on a quest to be healthier, and I've actually done fairly well of improving my diet. All of my labs are way better than they were a decade ago. Mm-hmm. And part of that is not listening to just your traditional medical doctor, listening to alternative medical doctors, alternative information, functional medicine people. And I saw this one, and his name is Dr. Tom O'Brien. His website is thedoctor.com. And he talked about taking vitamin C, Matt, before you go on your 4th of July 7 hot dog binge. That vitamin C in your stomach before you eat processed meats helps take care of the bad nitrate conversion, whatever it is.
Okay.
Anyway, a little tip for your 4th of July. 2 things.
I don't really eat hot dogs. I eat Italian sausage. I don't even like brats.
Come on, how about a char Polish from the Wiener Circle?
Not so much.
Oh, give me a break.
I'm more of a kosher dog guy.
Yell at me with the char Polish.
And the hot Italians, as you like to say.
The hot Italians with the sweet. And by the way, have you watched any of the Hulu show called Bear?
No, you keep asking me. I have not.
Yeah. You got to watch it.
I've been playing video. I've been playing video games my whole life.
If you grew up in Chicago and you've moved away, and watch Bear, because it will immediately get you back to that place in your heart of people calling each other jagoffs left, right, and center, and then having an Italian beef afterwards, like no big deal.
And an old style.
And by the way, black, white, green, Italian, Polish, that's the beauty of Chicago, is a melting pot. And for the most part, people get along.
You know what? Okay, so now you're going to make me, go to this discussion, but that always makes me think of Do the Right Thing. Like, it was a great movie, right? And it was all about racism, but was it really? I mean, those guys really loved each other. Mookie, who was, working for Danny Aiello, right? And they had that same relationship. they talk smack, but then in the summer of love, it exploded, right? So I don't know, like I don't know which is really more the truth. What you're saying, the new Bear, or is it Do the Right Thing, Spike Lee's model? It's interesting.
It is. It is interesting
Because
that
they did the one thing about Do the Right Thing is that's how they juiced each other totally. That's all they were doing. They were making fun of being an Italian and being a black guy. They were just I don't know, that's a great movie. And it would be interesting to watch like some of the today's kids watch that movie.
Right on.
And like their perspective today. I wonder how they would view that movie.
All right, you jagoff. Let me say that's it. Please take a vitamin C before you have your processed meats on the.
You're saying about 25,000 IBU, or what do they call those, IBUs? What are they?
Yeah, 500 milligrams. I think it's fine. 1,000 vitamin C.
Right.
1,000.
I didn't know if it.
And the other thing too is
or you can get out your juicer and make some nice
Matt,
grapefruit.
The other thing on the 4th of July, and tomorrow I got a whole get up for the 4th of July ready. The other thing about the 4th of July is the best utensil for lighting fireworks by far is a nice torpedo cigar. All right, you forget about the lighter, man. In about 15 minutes, you're gonna have a blister on your thumb.
Raw, burned, yeah.
Burned. It's the way you light a cigar and use the cigar as the lighter. A little tip here at Market Vitals on your 4th of July enjoyment. All right. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow we can cover
Cuban Missile Crisis.
Are there any tradable fireworks companies? Maybe we should look at that tomorrow, because
Fireworks have been canceled in our Central Oregon area. I was reading an article about that locally, how all the churches are losing all their money making opportunities because they rent their lots to sell fireworks, and they've been banned in Bend this year. So. And then the one that is in this area is at the Fred Meyer over in Redmond, and they said sales are getting crushed because of Bend. So Ben's ban of fireworks is hurting all the churches.
I got a neighbor and a dog that I want to introduce to a pack of firecrackers. I'll tell you that right now. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Be disciplined, trade discipline, mind the mo. Visit us at marketvitals.io. Please share and retweet the broadcast. Plagiarize if you like. We don't care. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Bob.